The motor racing season starting to kick into life, and for 2011 a brand new series, the Dunlop Production Touring Car Trophy. And this is effectively taking over from the Sportmax Production Cup that ran in the last few years. Production cars then, the emphasis being on trying to develop drivers and packages to move up into the British Touring Car Championship, and for the first time running on slick Dunlop tyres. And the man who has pole for the first race, last year's champion in the Sportmax Cup, it's Adrian Churchill.
Yeah, very pleased, because obviously first meeting of the year, you don't know what the competition's going to be like. So, there's a lot of talk in the paddock, in testing. Everybody's gone fast and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, we were pleased, very pleased.
New circuit as well for you this year, slightly different, having to learn that as well first?
Yeah, definitely. It takes quite a lot of learning. It's a lovely circuit, no doubt, but very complicated.
Slightly different setup as well on the car, so it's slightly, you're having to get used to that as well. There's a sort of bit of a learning curve this weekend.
Yeah, this is the first year back on slicks. First year for this championship, but my first year back on slicks. But I've done, quite a few seasons on slicks before, so it soon comes back.
Well, it is Adrian Churchill then that leads the field to the grid. Pole position for the first race of the season by a clear 2.6 seconds over James Carnaby in an ostensibly similar Vauxhall Astra VXR. Now the car's balanced on a power to weight ratio basis up to 210 brake horsepower per tonne. And now the grid, revs rise, away they go. Good start from the blue Renault Megane of Josh Cook, only finished the night before the first race, and look at that, straight into the lead. Well, it might have been late development, but unlike McLaren's Formula One efforts, it was a well-sorted car right from the start on board in the Seat Leon of Gary Duckman. And there's our pole man right in front in his red Vauxhall Astra, the number 1 car chasing number 2 James Carnaby. Carnaby did a few races in the Sportmax Cup last year. And Gary Duckman here in 5th position in his Seat Leon. Well, lightning getaway from Josh Cook has put the Renault clear into the lead as they come onto the hangar straight, changing up and picking up speed. And Duckman here in the slipstream, getting a little bit of a tow there. Car number 7, Ryan Bensley, the black Astra with the pink highlights, in 2nd place. Then Thomas Carnaby, the man from Scunthorpe, he's in 3rd place in his black machine. Adrian Churchill from Buckingham, just down the road from Silverstone, he's in 4th. Little bit of a lock-up there from the Seat. You heard it all go a little quiet, but a good move from Churchill. Picks up a spot there from Carnaby. 2 Vauxhall Astra VXR, the super hot hatch version of the Vauxhall Astra. On board with Carnaby. Turning into Copson in front, Churchill making a lunge to the inside, just tiny little dab of the brakes there, but that's for confidence. Look, he had room to spare on the outside. And Churchill having a go here at the number 7 machine of Ryan Bensley, dives inside him for 2nd place. Ryan Bensley from Kingsling in Norfolk. And he fights back on the inside, it's wheel to wheel, but Churchill there with a better line on the exit. Great wheel-to-wheel stuff on board with Carnaby once more. Well, looking fairly cool, calm and collected, but he's got the Seat going down the inside. Gary Duckman makes a lunge and gets through as well. So, plenty of place swapping going on. You can still see the leader, the first car, just on the windscreen pillar on the right of Gary Duckman's car. That is our race leader, Josh Cook. Oh, misgear there for Duckman in the Seat, and straight away through goes car number 2, Thomas Carnaby. Well, when you miss a gear like that, it feels like the car is standing still, and that's the way it looks to the car behind as well. So Carnaby did a good job there in avoiding Duckman's car as it slowed, but goes far too quickly into Copse. Not the speed perhaps from Carnaby, turned into flat. Now here's the battle for the lead. Josh Cook in the blue Megane, all over the grass. Adrian Churchill, and Cook taking avoiding action on the exit. Comes back on into the middle of it. He's now in 3rd place. So up to the lead has gone Ryan Bensley. Well, that was a bit all arms and elbows. Still wheel to wheel for 2nd. Josh Cook in 2nd place again now from Adrian Churchill, car number 1. Great stuff. Tom Carnaby showing us the view from what is now 4th place. Churchill goes down the inside. Ooh, he's looking on the inside to defend as well, Carnaby, and attack. Churchill on the inside, car number 6 on the outside, Josh Cook. And right behind is Gary Duckman. Well, not the biggest of fields, just 9 cars on the grid. It's an old adage that you only need 2 cars to make a race, and we've got a 5-car battle for the lead here, so what it lacks perhaps at the moment in depth early in the season, it's certainly got plenty of action. Adrian Churchill trying to challenge. Ryan Bensley very shallow on the inside going in, drifts out a little too wide. Further behind him, so too does Tom Carnaby. And a change of lead as a result. Adrian Churchill piling on the pressure. And I think car number 7, Ryan Bensley, would have done a little better to stay on line and not worry too much what the red car was doing. Very hard to pass on the inside and hold it. On board with Tom Carnaby, that's Josh Cook's blue Renault Megane in front. So midnight oil being burnt by Josh Cook and his crew to get that car sorted out. Man from Bath being well rewarded by great performance from that blue Megane. And at the moment he is the sole interloper in an otherwise all Vauxhall top 3. All little lock-up, not little at all, in fact, turned into a major lock-up from Cook, losing a place to Tom Carnaby. No, goes out to the exit curb. Carnaby drifts out on the outside, keeps his foot in though as they come out of the reprofiled club corner. Gary Duckman behind, clean through club, and so catching these 2 gives them a bit of room just in case it all goes wrong, and it does a little. Carnaby flies off, flies back on. This is the new section. Village corner here, then hard left at the loop. Really big stop, and it does kind of entice you to get your nose up the inside where you shouldn't be. As the other driver swings out wide, then comes in again for the apex of the tight left-hander, you can end up where you don't need to be. Josh Cook still in front of Tom Carnaby at the moment. Our race leader, though, is Adrian Churchill. Looking back at this battle from the last time round, Josh Cook on the inside, Tom Carnaby drifts out wide, and then it seems heads off sharp left as we sweep around and down towards Village. Suddenly he reappears in front, and the battle is rejoined. But if I were the stewards, I'd be asking Mr. Carnaby why he suddenly went sharp left there and short-circuited the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. Carnaby continuing his fight with Josh Cook. Here is the number 7 machine, Ryan Bensley, in 2nd place. Car number 2, Tom Carnaby in 3rd. Then Josh Cook. And Gary Duckman still can't get in the middle of that action in his Seat. Carnaby, the other Vauxhall Astra VXRs with a 2-litre turbocharged engine. And still Adrian Churchill in a similar car, staying out front. Car number 1, winner of last year's Dunlop Sport Max Cup. Those races were held on non-slick tyres. Now the cars with even more grip. You can see them all picking up the unladen rear wheel through the corners. Now Carnaby pushing the issue here with Ryan Bensley in front. Bensley with the pink highlights, Carnaby with the white. Hopping off the corners there, that shows how much grip they've got at the front. The rear's just bouncing around. Rear wheels on a front wheel drive touring car of any kind, or production cars like these, essentially just keep the exhaust off the ground. Well, no dramas for Adrian Churchill apart from the start. Bogged down at the start, fought his way back to take a comfortable win. And he's a long way clear of the battle for 2nd. Tom Carnaby and Ryan Bensley, then Josh Cook and Gary Duckman. Josh Cook, electrifying start, led early on, but ends up just off the podium. Little behind, this is Joe Girling and Dan Malone in the orange Seat Leon. Curling still a novice's cross on the car, so if he makes it round the final corner without rolling it into insignificance, then the Astra driver will gain another signature on his licence. It's all part of the process of proving that you are safe to be let out on a track. Adrian Churchill, no question about that. Comfortable win, 14.4 seconds ahead of the battle for the other podium spots.
Adrian, that's a great way to start the season.
Yes, yeah, it's better than I expected, to be honest with you. We didn't get great starts, and I think I dropped that back to about fourth, but managed to get it back, and then once we got clear air, we were okay.
Is it good to be back out in the championship this year?
Yeah, you know, I enjoy it. I love it. Yeah, definitely.
Congratulations, a tight finish there for you.
Yeah, very. It was very close. At first I thought I'd just settle for third here because there's no else going to happen. You know, the other two were beginning to pull away and Churchill had gone into the distance. And luckily, as we've said before, the tyres began to go off for Bensley and mine began to come back on. So we started closing up and got past him. So, brilliant.
Not exactly the start we wanted. Obviously, we want a challenge for the championship this year. Regal Autosport have done a good job on the car. My dad, who originally built the cars, you know, done a fantastic job on it as well. Dunlop and the Dunlop Race Academy have backed me again this year, and without them I wouldn't be on the grid. But we've got a lot of development to do on the car. There's still a lot of time to come out of it. I don't think this first round is a fair judgment of the speed we've got, so we'll see what happens at Snetterton.
So Adrian Churchill on the top step of the podium, and more action to come in race 2.